What are the biggest challenges of mobile marketing?
So I think the two biggest challenges, we've already touched on one of them, which is the whole attribution part. So it's understanding that mobile cannot be seen by itself. It can only be seen as part of a whole. That if you run a TV commercial, then people will pick up their phone because they have it next to them and they will make interested queries and searches there. So I think a lot of companies still segment it out and treat mobile as they did the internet 10, 15 years ago and gave it to their young student assistant or whoever who understood this newfangled mumbo jumbo and just play around, do something, or are scared off of doing it. And that is that's the biggest marketing problem. But I think on a more fundamental level, the even bigger problem is companies still being reluctant to step into the mobile sphere as a whole. And the dichotomy between people's private lives and their business lives is really coming out there, where you ask a person, do you use your mobile phone to search and to purchase things? And they'll say, oh yeah, all the time. Maybe not all the time, but frequently. But then the second they put on their suit and go to work, all of a sudden that personal side switches off and they go, oh yeah, but we're not really going to use mobile for our business because it probably doesn't work. And to make mobile work fully, again, you have to go back to the fact that it is a personal device and it will only work properly if you're able to break down all the silos within your organization. So the marketing team needs to be at the spearhead of pushing the IT department, the people who own the CMS system, the customer relationships. Everyone needs to all of a sudden pool together and say, right, we're actually in the pocket of our users now. And users, customers, call them what you will. So that requires us to provide that experience. The user now expects us to be able to deliver on all fronts, where if a marketing team says, oh, we want to run this mobile campaign, but the IT department says, yeah, we don't have the mobile site ready, it will be ready sometime in 2018 Q4, then you have a problem. And to me, that pushes everything back. So then the marketing team has a hard time justifying the spend because the CEO says we don't want to lead people over there because it's a bad experience, and it turns into a vicious circle.
So you need to see the mobile phone as a device which is just a part of a system of marketing, and it has to be a part of a bigger everything. And also there has to be some internal breakdowns of silos. Can you come up with examples of really successful mobile marketing campaigns that you think has succeeded with this?
I'd love to say yes, there are many. There aren't too many, unfortunately, but one of the cases, and it's not even specific to mobile, but I think it's specific to online in general and how that plays in, and to also one of my favorite features of the mobile. Codan, a large Danish insurance house, they obviously have a large call center, and insurance is a complex product, and you're definitely not going to buy it on a phone probably. But by using tracking software, they were able to basically give each user a unique phone number. So the user didn't know, but when they called that number, the person in the call center could see, okay, which pages have they looked at, where did they come from? So not invading any privacy or anything, it was just neutral data on what that user had performed. But that actually enabled them in the first place to see that online in general was driving 200% more conversions than they initially thought. So the call center was actually getting the credit, so to speak, for a lot more conversions, which online was driving. But what made it even more powerful was that once they could start to analyze the behavior, look at which pages people were calling from, how they were progressing on those, they were able to increase the number of conversions by 800%. So it's getting that attribution right. And again, it's understanding that people generally want to buy. They're not aggressive or negative towards your product, but if you're not measuring it right, then you're attributing the value to the wrong channels.